Good morning and welcome to my stream. It's Silent Mark here, preparing for part 3 of my Star Trek Resurgence playthrough. If you haven't seen the first two, they are available on the replay and also on my YouTube page. So let's get going with part 3 and see where the story leads us today. Alright, so let's see where the next chapter is. I'm trying to remember what it was actually called now. Was it Turnabout, I think, is where we might have left off? I don't actually know how long this game is overall. I've played about just over 4.5 hours so far. So let's play some more today and see where we end up. Turnabout. I was right.
I'm here.
The Elydians are preparing to attack Hatari.
Status report.
The systems are now fully powered. All torpedo tubes open.
They're preparing to fire! We should hail the Elydian flagship, Captain.
Readying phasers if you want them.
Stand by. Await my order.
Fire the Fruton torpedoes.
We need to act quickly.
Hail the Elydians. Maybe we could talk some sense into them.
Hail them.
No response.
Try it again.
Still nothing.
The Elydians. They've powered down their weapons.
Odd. You sure about that, Mr. Amant?
They're venting some kind of gas from their ship.
Oh dear.
Hold on. Now all of their systems have shut down.
That's unexpected.
Those damn gassy Elydians.
Maintain our position. No telling what they're up to.
Yes, sir.
Their noxious emissions.
There's an energy dampening field coming from Tau.
Take us out of range.
Aye, Captain.
Let's just back up and see how far the explosion goes.
Captain, the flagship is hailing us.
On screen.
Zeldy to the Starship Resolute.
What up?
Our main power cores are completely disabled. The more power we give, the more it takes. Running off batteries. Life support systems have failed. Unable to ventilate. Contaminated atmosphere.
Admiral, you are about to launch an attack on a defenseless planet.
Kobliat, you sided with the Hotari in the negotiation, but that does not matter now. My crew
well.
is going to die. Please,
You guys were being weird.
I beg of you. You must render assistance. System failures are compounding around my ship.
We'll help you.
Well, we're trying to bring peace and everything. I guess we should probably help out.
Thank you.
Admiral, excuse us while we devise a rescue plan.
By my estimate, the crew only have 23 minutes before their atmospheric mix becomes lethal.
While we may not be able to transport the Elydians directly, if we were to transport them from their ship to a nearby shuttlecraft, it should be possible to amplify the transporter signal there and reroute it to the Resolute.
Spa.
The Ambassador's plan is incomplete. An away team will have to beam aboard the Zeldy
And
and
the
set up
lesser
pattern
Vulcan.
enhancers for a stable enough signal out of the dampening field.
Thank you for identifying my deficiency, Commander Chovak.
Jara, I need a senior officer in command.
And might I add, eat my shorts, you pointy-eared bastard.
Get it done.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edselar, you will be part of the rescue mission. As will I. We will bring the shuttle within transporter range of the Zeldy, then beam you both aboard.
Beam us on board. Why?
The pattern enhancers must be placed on the Zeldy to make it possible to beam the Elydians back to the Resolute. Gather the pattern enhancers and get to the docking bay.
Yoink. And yoink.
We're going on the wrong mission.
What's that?
We're going to rescue the Elydians. The people that oppress the Hotari, when we should be going to rescue Miranda. This thing that's happened to Miranda is like the Trill symbiosis joining, only worse. And I've
I
seen
understand that reference.
about wiped away by some greater entity to stand by while the same thing happens to her. I wanted no part of it then, and I won't stand for it now. Her body's stolen and used like puppets.
It won't be easy. She's gonna fight us every step of the way. We've seen that.
Remember, it's not her that's fighting us.
I know. But... right now, we've got other lives to save.
Yeah.
The away team is ready.
I guess that's my cue. Space Ninja masks.
Resolute to Shuttlecraft Melville. You're cleared for takeoff.
Acknowledged, Resolute. Melville taking off.
Cheese it. The ionic storm will fill your path with dangerous hazards. Green lightning will damage your shuttle. That's bad. Taking damage 3 times will fail the mission. Also bad. You can fly through the rings created by the storm if you pilot carefully. Alright, I guess we're going to try and pilot carefully. I'm a pilot, me.
You have to keep away from the light.
Yeah. I'm a terrible pilot, me. Ooh. Tom Paris, eat your heart out. In the rings.
We're almost there.
Where the hell am I going? Here we go.
We are within range. Any closer will put the shuttlecraft at risk. Preparing to transport the away team. Energizing.
I wonder if that feels tingly.
The ship's life support. It's almost completely drained.
And the other systems, too.
Oh no.
We gotta get to their transporter room.
Looking for the transporter room on an alien ship full of people
The atmosphere in here is turning to poison.
may be
All
dead.
of the Lydians are
I'm not
going
sure.
to die if we don't get them out of here.
Oh, I guess they're still alive.
These must close in case of emergency. They don't have enough power left to function. Carter, give them a charge with your phaser. Should make them open.
Don't mind if I do. Don't know why that would be a thing, but apparently it's a thing. Oh, guess we're crouching. Huh. No problem. Like I always say, if you're not sure, shoot it.
It's not working.
No power's running through any of this. We gotta get him open manually.
I am the ranking officer here. State your intentions. We are under siege. Explain yourselves.
What does it look like? We're here to rescue you.
And yet, you cannot even open a door.
That's not true. I opened like 3.
Whoa there.
I am still able to stand. What are you trying to do?
We gotta get into your transporter room.
Then we can get your people off this ship.
I love it when they remove panels in this game.
Make sure they're evenly spaced. We need to manually adjust beam trajectory so they connect.
I got this one. You get the others.
Alrighty. I'm gonna enhance the hell out of these patterns.
I can handle this one. Make sure the others are lined up.
That's not right. Perfection.
All right. The pattern enhancers are aligned and ready to go. Let's round them up.
These will boost the signal so we can transport through the storm. We have a shuttle outside.
You're doing it, Lydian.
Route the signal to the Resolute.
All crew to transporter room 2. We are evacuating.
What about all the ones that were passed out on the ground? F them, I guess.
We're alive.
Here they come.
coordinates. Beam status. Energizing controls.
Please step on the platform so we can evacuate you, Admiral.
The crew goes first, Harminter.
Sir,
I mean it.
you! Get on the platform already!
Yeah, you jerk.
Okay, the interface is in Elydian, but the layout is the same as the Starfleet.
What are you waiting for?
transport.
Breakfast?
Just gotta do what I did before. Select the people to transport.
Alright.
Need to select all of them. Plot a path through the ionic interference.
Not sure how this works because the game doesn't tell you things.
If the path goes through too much interference, it won't work.
Well, that's no bueno. Alright, let's try this another way.
Okay, just have to calibrate the signal gain to get the highest possible output.
Okay. Make bars big. The right side was better. Yep.
Even at this range, the interference is too much. The system is suggesting better transport coordinates. D, it's the shuttle. You're sitting right in the thick of it. I'm sending you specific coordinates for a clear signal path.
Waypoint's been added to the navigational computer. There, Commander. Give or take 50 meters.
What? Where? Oh, there. Through the rings, avoiding the green stuff, and presumably the big rocks. Hello. Out of my way, rock. Jeez. Let's go high on this one, I think. Try and sneak through that guy. No, through the middle. Going through the middle. These rings remind me of the Furmark stress test for your GPU. CPU. You guys know what I'm talking about? I can't honestly say this one is particularly taxing. This game is not visually a stunner by any stretch of the imagination.
Come on, hold together.
Where's our waypoint at? Seriously,
Melville to away team. Energize.
Make it so, jackass.
I have the first group of Illydians in the pattern buffer. Redirecting and transmitting to the Resolute
I'm
now.
sure nothing will go wrong at all.
This is Resolute. We have the Illydians safely aboard.
We did it! I was so worried this wouldn't work. We got this.
Don't celebrate yet, Lieutenant. We've got a lot of people left to save.
Right. Sorry.
This is Commander Rydek. We're holding steady. Signal is good. Keep them coming.
We don't need optimism here, Lieutenant.
Admiral, you're next.
I've made it clear. I only leave after those in my charge.
Sir, I must insist you go so you can lead our people. I will see to any stragglers.
Yes, that may be for the best. But first, let me thank our human saviors. I'll pin medals on your uniforms when this is over. For all your brave work.
You're very welcome, Admiral.
Does Starfleet let you wear another fleet's medal?
We will find out.
We're ready for transport.
Get the Admiral to safety.
I'm working on it. So damn impatient. Ruh-roh.
Massive power surge!
Sending available power to the annular confinement beam. I have the Illydians in the pattern buffer, but I cannot resolve their signal to send them through to the Resolute. Nor can I materialize them here.
We need a better position with the Resolute.
More flying action. Do I have to fly through these rings? It was never really clear on that. Really sure what purpose they serve, except to just give me busy work. If I go outside, do I just get struck by lightning immediately or something?
Damn it!
Seems like I'm way off course here. Yeah, crap. They would let me go through that one. That one seemed a bit unfair. Going under. let's do it again.
Massive power surge.
Sending available power to the annular confinement beam. I have the Illidians in the pattern buffer, but I cannot resolve their signal to send them through to the resonance. Nor
What happens if I just ignore the rings entirely? I'm sure it's something really awful, but I'm gonna try it anyway. This is my waypoints over there. Wait, so I can just aim right for it? And it just gives me rings in that general direction? Oh, that's a little bit stupid. This would have been way easier the first time around. Me thinking you have to follow these stupid rings. Just give you rings wherever you go.
Damn it.
I am losing their pattern.
Oh, that was a lot easier.
More power, but internal relays are not functioning.
I'll do it manually. Do it.
I am trying. I will lose the transport if I do not have more time. Signal is resolving.
Please.
Finish the transport.
I have them. Transport complete.
Ooh, crispy hands. Oh dear.
She is injured.
You think?
Lieutenant
A lot of
Pedrosa
facial
has
injuries
been
in this game.
But the last transport was successful.
All to women. Makes me wonder who wrote this.
Unfortunately, our shuttle systems were damaged by the power surge. We can no longer serve as the transporter node.
Carter, these readings are off the charts. The source of the storm is on this ship. That must have been the power surge. When it came on board.
You're right. That's a con energy source. They call it the Cartabula. It's here.
Is that?
The intruders are preparing to bring the Zeldi to war.
And we're about to be stuck on it.
There is an old Illidian saying about leaping off the hot skillet and fall into the flame below.
Yeah, we got that one too.
We don't know where this ship is going, but we are not lost. We can still do something. We can still fight. We'll stop them from getting the Cartabula wherever they're taking it.
That's the spirit.
I like this plan, and I shall fight with you.
That's all well and good, but if we're not getting off this ship, we're really backed into a corner here.
We can't get off this ship.
But maybe I could target somewhere on the ship.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
We are reading the warp engines powering up.
Yeah, we picked up on that.
We do not have a way to evacuate you from the Zeldi. The shuttlecraft is too heavily damaged.
That's all right, Commander. We have a plan of our own. We're gonna stay on this ship.
That is very bold of you, Mr. Diaz.
Old and stupid.
Live long and prosper.
I hear voices down the corridor.
We'll be here soon.
I'll guard the door. You just get us out of here, Diaz.
Hey, Stretch.
Well, he's not in a red shirt. He might make it.
Find somewhere as remote as you can.
They're almost here.
Crew quarters?
High traffic, easily accessible.
There. The aft cargo bay.
That is acceptable.
Sounds good
Oh,
to
is
me.
it? Thank you. Thanks for the permission there, jackass.
Do it now!
Just saved your entire crew. What am I doing? on one of these doohickeys again. What's that? Cargo bay.
Board to transport.
Come on, Val!
Oh. Well, his shirt's not red, but I'm guessing his underwear is brown right about now. Oh dear.
It's too late for him. Carter!
3 to transport. Energize.
Smell you later, Miranda. If that is your real name. The hair is so shiny in this game.
Zelda does not appear to have left any warp signature at all. We cannot track its trajectory. Our duty often calls for sacrifice.
Duty.
She knows it, and our people on the Zelda know it.
Contact the Resolute, Mr. Chovak. Have them bring us back. And then tell them we'll need medical waiting for Lieutenant Bedrosian.
Yes, Commander.
If they have any new eyes, that wouldn't go amiss. Just saying. Get them off of Bell. He doesn't need them anymore. Most of his internal organs are going to be pretty useless at this point, though. But his eyes are good. Dead Reckoning. For me? Thank you. I am kind of tired. Oh, for her. Oh, yeah. That whole eye melting thing. Slacker.
Through your efforts, we were able to save almost 100 Illydians from certain death. As for Lieutenant Bedrosian, well, Val will do her best, but the prognosis isn't very encouraging.
Aye, Captain. I mean, yes, sir.
I feel horrible about the whole thing. I just hope she'll forgive me.
Our crew
I'd
expects
give my right eye if she forgave me.
it's always hard on us when we can't.
Commander Rydek, I heard what you did. The sacrifice you made for our sake. You saved not only my life, but the lives of my crew. An incredibly heroic deed. All of Illydia is in your debt. We cannot thank you enough.
Just doing our duty, Admiral. I'm sure you understand.
Duty.
If you'll excuse us.
Of course.
How are we getting our away team back?
Ambassador Spock and the rest of the senior staff are waiting for us in the briefing room to discuss just that. I wanted a chance for you and I to speak first, given the circumstances.
You gonna yell at me again?
Protocol might suggest we alert Starfleet about our situation. Missing crew, the data breach, possible threat from the Hatari or Khan. I think we're better off keeping this to ourselves. Under our control. You know what's at stake for me here, and what is at stake for you, too. I can't afford another mission gone wrong, and I'm really counting on your support. I don't want to raise a false alarm just yet. I have every confidence we can wrap this up before it gets any worse than it already is.
I'm sorry, Captain, but this isn't about you. The lives of everyone who wears a uniform are at
Yeah,
stake.
you screwed up. You got the ship boned, and now you're trying to
see
overcompensate.
it.
Get over yourself, Captain Jameson.
We're ready in the briefing room, Captain.
On our way. Is there any update on our efforts to trace the Zeldy's warp signature?
Unfortunately, no.
What about the Spider-Man pictures I asked for?
And block our ability to track their trajectory.
I'm also concerned about what went with them. A Taconian energy source.
Sidron referred to it as the Cartabula.
Yes, I've been analyzing your tricorder scans. This Cartabula is more powerful than any energy source on record. It disabled our ability to warp and likely created the ion storm.
We have to find that ship.
It could be anywhere by now.
Literally anywhere.
I have faith in our away team. They won't give up easily, and if they can somehow manage to stay alive, then maybe they could get word to us about their location.
That'd be a hell of a lucky break.
Right now, we need all the luck we can get. The Takan also compromised our systems when Petty Officer Maris stole data from our computer core.
We're assessing what was lost as we speak. It's just too soon to say exactly what they had access to.
Starfleet needs to know about this.
We're not contacting Starfleet until we fully understand the situation. There are too many unknowns.
They stole our data. That's reason enough to warn Starfleet.
But the captain does have a point. It might be better to wait until we know more.
No.
We shouldn't take any chances. We should at least alert Starfleet that our system was compromised.
Absolutely.
I agree with Commander Rydek.
Do you not watch the
Let
news?
Starfleet decide how they want to handle it.
And essentially tell them this mission was a failure before it's even over? No. That's not how we're gonna do it. Not on my ship. I want to speak with the Hatari and get to the bottom of this before we get Starfleet involved.
Hey, this
I
guy.
expect we'll meet resistance. The Hotari think we violated our neutrality by entering their minds. Assuming the negotiations are off, we no longer have an official role here.
We still have a responsibility to the Hotari and the Illidians.
The Takan are a threat to both their civilizations.
No. They're a threat to us all. The device Commander
All right,
Rydek
Doctor, you
found
had your dramatic moment.
is an advanced delivery mechanism for a complex biogenetic transformation process.
Meaning what, exactly?
Not only are they bioforming innocent hosts, transforming them into Takan, they're taking the DNA and engrammatic data of a specific Taconian and displacing that of its host.
In English?
It's a hostile takeover on a cellular level.
That's a little bit better.
Bringing individual Takan back to life, one by one.
And what happens to the host?
It's hard to say exactly. Some of their memories remain intact, but the implanted Taconian identity appears to have full control. In time, all that remains of the host may be lost entirely.
It's an invasion. One victim at a time.
Precisely. Petty Officer Maris called herself a scion of the Flame, but the computer had no information about it.
She also shot the hell out of my ship as she escaped and nearly killed a few of our crew. So we know this about those scions. They're dangerous.
The Takan have crossed a line. That much is certain. However, meeting with the Hotari could offer insight into their true intentions. Under the pretense of an apology for betraying their trust and trespassing on their territory.
If we go to Hotari, we go expecting a fight. Phasers armed, transporters locked to all our comm badges, security officers on standby.
Of course, we'll take every precaution. Come in ready for whatever they might try to do.
With the Cartabula gone, I can confirm we have regained warp capability and the use of our transporters.
Excellent. Commander Ermot, see if we can arrange a meeting on Hotari as soon
What
as
he's saying is, if they should resist, we shoot the place up, safe in the knowledge that we tried our best.
Nice work, everyone.
You're long overdue for a Diridium infusion.
My precious.
It looks like I am.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
I'll give you two a moment, but she needs her rest.
I understand.
Commander Rydek? Is that you?
No.
I thought I heard your voice.
I'm right here.
Where? Before you say anything, I just want you to know I don't blame you for what happened. I heard that last transport made it through. That was our mission, to save lives. So, I'm glad it was a success. And Dr. Duvall tells me she can get me my sight back. Eventually.
Oh, good. And I'll see you, I'll visit you later.
End of my career. Can't be much of a tactical officer if you can't see what's coming.
The latest advancements in vision enhancement are truly remarkable. I wouldn't be surprised if you came back better than you ever were.
I just want to be able to see again. That's all I'm asking.
All right, you two. Lieutenant Bedrosian needs her rest, and you have an infusion waiting for you.
I will check in on you soon. I promise.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
It's not like he's gonna find her if she doesn't.
Aside from almost running out of Duridium, you're in good health.
Nice to get some positive news for a change.
You, I don't worry about. The captain, however...
Go on.
You see it, don't you? He's desperate.
Oh, yeah.
Intel from Starfleet just to save his reputation. That's not normal behavior for a captain. I was relieved you called him out on it. You've spent enough time with him now. Seen enough of how he runs the ship. If there's something wrong, as the ship's doctor, I need to know. Don't sugarcoat it. You know I wouldn't.
I think he's our captain, and I think this conversation is dangerously close to mutiny.
The one who needs to decide how much danger we're in is you.
Yeah, she's probably right.
I won't push it further.
Jara.
What up?
Monitor your Duridium levels. I'll be right back.
How's your wound?
Like it was never there. I feel lucky you were there with me. Without you, I'd be, well... Thank you for saving my life. Even with the wonders of your technology, it wouldn't have mattered if you'd left me for dead.
I should be thanking you. You took that disruptor shot for me. Without you, I might be the one in sickbay, or worse.
Well, I couldn't just let you die. Not after all you did to help.
I won't forget it.
We saw the truth down in those mines. What Sidron and Galvin really are. Who they've become. The lengths they're willing to go to. What they did to that Lydian. It's hard to accept. That everything I thought I knew, so much was a lie. The horror of that underneath our feet the entire time.
What we learned down there will help us win this fight. Truth is power, and we'll use that to stop Galvin and Sidron.
If you're right, then it was worth it. I truly hope you're right.
Commander Rydick, you're needed on the bridge at once.
What is it?
The Hotari have agreed to meet.
Uh-huh. Stowaways. This is going to be another stealth section. I can already feel it.
They haven't found us yet.
Can't just wait to be rescued. We have no idea when or if the Resolute is gonna catch up. But if we can get access to the Zeldi systems, we might be able to figure out what the Takan are up to. You got somewhere we could do that?
Look around. What are you?
Good thing this was here. Made it a lot easier to transport across the ship. If we took another second, Miranda might have...
Come on, Carter. We need to stick with the tall guy.
Up there? All right. Etzelar, let's do this.
The internal sensors.
The what?
When they scan the ship for life signs, they'll know right where we are.
There must be devices that perform the scan.
Right there. And there. There's several of them around the room.
Got it. We'll disable them.
How? They're too high to reach, even for me.
Not too high for our phasers.
Low power, Nelly. Let's not set off any fire alarms.
I got the ones over here.
Got one. Another down.
Hurry, Carter!
I am.
Wait, there's more now? Oh, over there.
Only one left.
Where is it? Over here somewhere? Where's the damn thing? I got those. Got that one. Ah, it's over there.
Here it comes. It worked. They won't be able to detect us.
How do you know?
Buys us some time.
Now that the Zeldi has its power again, I might be able to access some of the ship's systems from here. I'll take care not to give away our position.
The Takan might not even know we're still on board this ship. Miranda only saw us transport away. She probably thinks we're back on the Resolute.
Miranda.
Don't give up on her yet, Carter. She had you in her sights, and she didn't shoot. That means the real Miranda is still in there. The Takan don't have her. Not completely, at least. She must still feel something.
That is a reason to hold out hope.
And a reason to remember the Takan haven't just hijacked this ship. They've hijacked every body they're in. I know she played us, used her sympathies, your relationship to break out of sickbay. But maybe there's a way to turn her back and Miranda could help us stop the Takan. Here, on the ship. Just because the Trill joining is permanent doesn't mean the Takan bioforming has to be.
I've heard enough of your prattling on about your friend.
All right.
You have to think like a soldier.
Calm down.
She's our enemy now. She'll be dealt with like the rest of the Takan.
My friend Miranda is not responsible for what she's doing. The Takan have taken control of her mind.
Yeah.
We certainly can't kill her for it.
Speak for yourself. If anyone threatens the Empire, they are the enemy. It's just one life.
Oh, this is going to come down to a choice between her and him.
You don't get to talk about Miranda.
You don't get to ignore the truth.
We don't like this any more than you do. The Takan are a threat to all of us. They turned our crewmates too. Do you really think they're gonna stop there?
No.
And yet we still risked our lives to come help you.
Yeah, try being a little more grateful.
I'll grant that you showed your grit and effectiveness. More than I can say about accessing ship systems. They block out helm control, propulsion. They're closing down systems faster than I can check them. They're always changing these interfaces. I can hardly keep up.
Let us help.
Let's try and smooth this situation over a little bit with
Fine.
Grumpy Guts there.
They're using a senior officer's access code to lock down our systems from the bridge. The Takan must have turned someone in command.
Here's something. See the course they have plotted in.
Okay.
Long way from Hotari space.
I hope the Resolute is all right back there.
The Zeldi. That's where we are.
That's not exactly news.
All right.
The Lydian fleet is
being
exploring
thorough.
a lot of systems. But it's all in the opposite direction of where we're going. We're headed to the edge of the galaxy.
Nothing but uninhabited systems along the way. And if we keep going, we'll leave charted space. A lot sooner.
Hello there, viewers. Nice to see you.
That can't happen. We need to take control and turn this ship around. Get back to the front lines of the battle for Elydia.
We are on the front lines. They're going to do this all over the quadrant. The whole Federation is at risk.
That is a possibility, but it's already a reality for my people.
I'm sure it's pretty damn real for the people who are trapped in their own bodies controlled by the Takan. You can't just turn your back on them.
I'll take this ship without you if I have to. And I'll bring it back to Elydia, or I'll destroy it. I won't let it stay in the hands of the enemy.
Think strategically.
And I wish there was an option to just
By working together.
bitch slap this guy.
The right to be angry. But it doesn't do any good to turn it on us.
Fair enough.
The most important thing is that we get control of this ship. So that we don't end up so far away that the Resolute can't ever catch up to us.
And if we control the Zeldi, that also means they can't use that Cartabula thing.
I'm not sure we can do much more from here.
What's this? It's a data stream.
It looks to be a two-way communication.
Let me see if I could put it through a demultiplexing processor.
Can you get that clearer?
I'm trying.
Enhance.
Okay. That should do it.
Hello? Can you read me?
Itasca.
What up?
You.
Major,
It's my lieutenant. Where are you?
I'm here with some of the others. We're trapped in the ATP.
Our artillery targeting platform.
The bulkheads are sealed, and ruptured power conduits on the other side are discharging at high voltage. Major, we've seen Sidron and the other Atari, and if we can get free, I think we'll be able to overpower them and take back the ship.
Itasca, are you still there?
Why do you have a South London accent?
Itasca, are you still there?
You shouldn't trust anyone else you meet. The Hotari have been transforming people on this ship. We've seen it happen.
Bioforming.
Suspect
It's only a matter of time
everyone.
before any remaining crew are turned against us. You have to come and help us.
I gotta ask, are you sure that's really your comrade?
It's Itasca. You're going to have to trust me. I know Lieutenant Itasca well. That's her.
You better be right about this.
Yeah.
If I suspect something is amiss, I'll deal with Itasca myself.
Well, I'll save me the trouble.
We'll make it to you undetected, and we'll free you from the ATP.
We'll be ready and waiting, sir.
I may not know the computers
Here
very
comes
well.
the stealth
Every inch of
section.
this ship. I can get us there safely through the back routes.
Spark.
You may approach.
Your Majesty, an apology is in order. The Federation...
Spare us your apologies, your excuses.
Again, the voice actor they got to replace Leonard Nimoy
We're here under the
did an
pretense
amazing job in this game. I don't know who he is.
trespassed into our minds. I should have known you couldn't be trusted when you sided with the Elydians. Your intentions have been clear from the start.
I'll take the heat.
I take full responsibility for my actions, which were entirely my own, not the Federation's.
How noble.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Her actions nearly caused a war.
I was addressing the Queen.
Galvin speaks for the Voltari now.
Fortunately, we were able to resolve this ourselves despite your interference. The Illidians have agreed the mines will remain under Hotari control.
We now recognize the Hotari as the sole authority in this region. Your presence here is no longer necessary.
So you can consider the matter resolved.
That makes no sense. What did they do to you?
They convinced us that this was the best deal we were going to get.
I thank you for coming. But the sooner the Federation leaves, the better.
The hell we will.
Welcome to any new viewers I missed.
My crew trapped aboard that ship. Or what you did to my security team. The data you stole. I want to make one thing clear. No one is to leave Hotari space without Federation approval. No one.
Especially Spider-Man.
You think you have that power, when in fact you have none. You came here under the presumption you would be the ultimate authority. That you would show up and render judgment in this petty dispute over precious resources between lesser people. But instead, your arrogance and self-interest was your undoing. Blinding you to the real power at work.
It's strong, but it's kind of
Something
fair.
far beyond your feeble imagination.
Enough of this nonsense. You're not fooling anyone. We know you're Takan.
Yeah.
Takan. A word I haven't heard in a very long time. At the height of our power, the Takan Empire spanned hundreds of thousands of light years and trillions of Taconians.
An empire that encompassed what is now considered Federation territory.
What's yours was once ours. So it feels only right that we reclaim what was lost.
That's not right. We came to take their stuff. They can't have our stuff.
Will be gone. The first of many painful losses to come.
You won't get away with this. You'll be held accountable by the Federation.
I already have gotten away with it. And the Federation has no authority here. Not anymore.
Oh, yeah?
You might be surprised how many want to be part of the most advanced civilization the galaxy has ever seen. We will not stop until we've reclaimed what is rightfully ours. Imagine what a queen, a starship captain, or even a Federation ambassador could accomplish if their power was wielded by a truly superior entity.
Alright, sounding a little bit like a Nazi now there, buddy.
Against an adversary so clearly more advanced in every way. The only logical choice is to submit.
Never.
Eat phaser.
Seize them.
Get us out of here. Now!
Cheese it.
Ride it to Resolute. Beam us out.
You ever done something like this before?
Close quarters combat? Infiltrating an enemy stronghold?
Something like that.
I once spent 6 days crawling through sewers during the siege of Tofar Ket to retake the citadel there. That's just one of many campaigns I've served in. My dress uniform is well decorated. I can assure you of that.
Show off.
I'm glad we're here with you. We need your kind of experience.
I should say you do. And I'll be glad to have Lieutenant Itasca with us. She fought shoulder to shoulder with me in that siege.
So you're pretty close, huh?
She's like a daughter to me. She's saved my life more than once. She's more than just a comrade in arms.
That must mean she's a good soldier.
The very best.
We saved your life. What does that make us?
We aren't out of danger yet. But once we have my comrades...
Is this guy ever grateful for anything?
We'll be able to retake the bridge. Then, our fleets will catch up to us. ATP is just down that corridor.
It's totally going to be a stealth section. I can already feel it. It's coming.
Is this the artillery platform?
This is the power distribution for the forward armament cluster.
He's cross-eyed.
There was combat here.
See, he has
Disruptor burns.
crosses in his eyes. You see what I did there?
Signs of a grenade detonation.
I can see why they're trapped in there. That's gonna be just as hard for us to cross.
We'll need to find a way to get in there and shut down the power. The distribution conduits have been knocked loose. The currents in those lines would be lethal. Is there any way to power those down?
Each circuit has a control panel that regulates power to the magnetobanks.
I can track connections between the power lines and the control panels. I should be able to clear a safe path to your crew.
We'll get the door open here.
It's been a while since I opened a panel of some kind in this game. I'm starting to get withdrawals, I think. Line consoles to deactivate the electricity. Alrighty. How hard can it be? There's one. I do engineering stuff. Alright, what are we doing here? Oh, I didn't actually have to do anything. Alright, anything over here just to be on the safe side? What are the control panels? No. Okay. Bingo. And nuts. This way. Can't get through there. There. I'll go back down maybe. Can't get up that there ladder because that's now electrified. Where do I go? Here? Ha! Hey! You can't shoot me. I'm a Starfleet officer.
You! Federation, you made it.
Barely.
I don't sound so
There's a lot
surprised.
of collateral damage out here.
They backed us into a corner.
We did that to drive them out. Put some space between us and the enemy. They're here. Get down!
I think they've given up on capture.
You think?
We'll never make it if we go back that way. You! Give me a hand with this! Go! Go! Behind us!
Michael Bay. Objects with a little explodey thing over them will explode. Use these explosive objects to take out multiple enemies at once. There's a small delay before the explosion triggers. Alright. Ah.
Conquest is ours!
Go, Federation! You take the lead. We'll keep them busy.
Eat phaser. Get phasers to bitch slap and then fire. Actually set them to run away.
Hold them back! We can't let them reach the stairs!
Come on, hurry!
Ugh.
No! No! You can't just run in there.
Must live to fight.
He knew the risks.
We let the enemy take them. Hadri and Private Turo.
They weren't the only ones. But if we hadn't, it would have been all of us. I'll have to live with that, and I'll answer for it when I die. It's not the Illydian way to leave one of our own behind. It's a sin to do so.
You did what you had to do. I know it. We all do.
And we knew it would come to this. Hadri knew. When we were in there, trapped, we agreed we had to live to fight. We said if one of us was taken, the others wouldn't stop. We'd keep going, make our way to the bridge. They died so we could fight on.
The Takan don't want them dead.
They want to steal their bodies. And steal their minds.
The Takan knows everything
And
the
their
host
wallets.
knows.
That means they know our plan. They know we're heading to the bridge.
Tylus, you should be in sickbay.
I'll finish this.
I couldn't just lie there knowing the entire fate of Hotari hangs in the balance. How did it go?
Didn't go great.
Look exhausted.
I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty rough.
Oh no. That's what I was afraid of. I heard a rumor that they'd made a deal, that the Illydians agreed to peace. After what we saw Sidron do to the diplomat in the mines, I could hardly believe there was hope, but then... Is that true?
I'm afraid the truth is far worse than that.
There's no deal.
Oh, there's a deal.
No. They're all Takan now. The Hatari, the Illidians, everyone.
No. That can't be true.
I'm sorry.
Where will I go? I can't go back. I don't have a home anymore. Everything I've ever known is gone.
You're always safe aboard this ship. And you're welcome to stay as long as you need.
Thank you.
The Federation stands with the Hotari. You don't have to doubt it for a second.
Yellow alert.
Commander Rydick, we need you on the bridge immediately.
Commander.
Good to be back. You didn't opt for the ocular implants.
Maybe someday. The visor was the best the doc could do on short notice.
We've got an Illidian
You can
ship,
hardly see it,
the Vestar,
really.
rapidly bearing down
I
on
mean,
our
if you hadn't said it, I wouldn't even have known you had one.
Now I'm not so sure.
Bring it up on the view screen.
600 kilometers in closing. Still coming straight for us. Commander?
Have you tried hailing them?
Try it. Hailing the Illidian ship now. No response.
100 kilometers in closing.
You suck, Captain. Just want you to know that.
Shields up. Phasers ready. It's incoming.
Lock phasers and open fire.
Heavy damage. But deflectors still at full power?
That bypassed our shields entirely.
That's impossible. God damn it, return fire. Everything we've got. Right in. Modulate.
Fire the Fruiton torpedoes. And make us go that way.
Commander,
I've got this. Just keep firing.
Shields still have no effect.
That doesn't make sense.
I'll try another. There!
We've got incoming! How do they keep
Score.
matching our shield frequency?
They couldn't. Unless... They've compromised our shield algorithms. They can bypass our shields at will.
What's in the data that they stole?
Captain!
He's out.
Oh no, Captain's out of commission. Whatever will we do now? Hey.
Why'd they stop?
Damage report.
Running on emergency power. Major hull damage on decks 4 through 7. Warp core is stable and intact.
We're completely vulnerable.
Commander, we're being held by the Beskar. It's Galvin.
On screen.
Hello.
Commander Rydick, where's your captain?
Uh.
Not yet, I hope. At least, not yet.
You're dealing with me. Is that a
Around here
problem?
somewhere.
One inferior life form is as good as another. I have to give you credit, Commander. You survived longer than I thought you would. But make
Thank
no
you.
mistake, your
Hey.
shields are useless, your weapons ineffective, and there's nothing you can do. I could destroy you at any moment.
Oh yeah? Why don't you?
Please for mercy first. Your existence is entirely in my hands, and I'm not in a forgiving mood.
If you want to destroy us, then I invite you to do your worst. We'd rather die with honor than beg for your mercy.
Right?
You may just get your wish.
Blue guy doesn't agree.
I've been thinking about what you
I
said.
know, beg. Beg.
You claimed I would be held accountable. And
I want the
here,
mercy.
hold me accountable.
The Boskar's weapons are powering up.
Crap. Alright. Change it to brown alert.
But of course, now you are entirely at my mercy. So I've decided to let you live, despite your insolence.
What
Tell
a
your
dick.
Federation that Takan are as merciful as they are powerful. That you were fortunate to escape with your lives.
This isn't over.
I assure you, we've only just begun.
I've lost their signal.
Can you track their warp signature?
Nothing. It's untraceable, just like before.
Notify Ambassador Spock. I want everyone in the briefing room to discuss our options.
What's the status of the repairs?
Hull breach should be patched up in a matter of hours. Impulse power...
Oh.
It's at 67%. Should be fully restored soon.
Still no luck tracking Galvin's warp signature. They've all but disappeared.
Keep trying. Finding that son of a bitch is the best shot we've got.
Commander Rydick, you had the Khan after the ship was attacked. What is your assessment? Given our current situation, the losses we have suffered.
It would appear we are severely outmatched.
In that case, we might have an option. Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. If anyone could find Galvin...
All right, that guy.
That's assuming he's willing to help us.
True, but there's only one way to find out.
Wouldn't we need to secure authorization from the Federation Council to contact him?
The nearest Federation outpost is Angoria. I can travel there by shuttle and inform them personally of the threat from the Takan. Meanwhile, the Resolute can travel to the Delphi Ardu system in search of Portal 6-3.
I still have my doubts.
I do not. Captain William T. Riker has first-hand experience with the area and with Portal 6-3.
Ooh, he made a Next Generation reference.
Invaluable and should alleviate your concerns.
Delphi Ardu 4 is a restricted zone for good reason. For all we know, we could be walking into a trap. Not to mention the high likelihood Portal 6-3's allegiance will be with the Takan. It's just too much of a risk. A waste of time. Time we can't afford to lose.
Right now, we have no way of knowing where those two Elydian ships are, or where they're going. Another Taconian might be able to at least point us in the right direction.
Or we're the ones pointing him right toward his fellow Takan, making the problem worse.
I am inclined to agree with Commander Rydick. Her logic is sound. This portal may have knowledge that proves to be invaluable, including information on the nature of the
likes my logic.
We must act on the facts at hand.
Then we'll give it our best.
I'll arrange a meeting with Captain Riker.
And I will speak with the Council. They need to understand the magnitude of the situation. I can leave for Andoria immediately. I wish you luck finding Portal 6-3. The very future of the Federation may rest in your hands.
No pressure, then.
It takes a minimum of 8 crew on the bridge to run the ship. So we can expect at least that many hostiles.
If they bioformed Hadri, they know we're coming.
Which means everyone needs to be ready for...
For that?
Now what? We need that door sealed.
We can handle that. Where do you need us?
There's an access panel there. You should be able to patch into the local systems.
You'll be shot getting there.
I'll cover you. On my signal. Now!
Don't rush or anything there, pal.
bridge! That'll throw anyone on the bridge right up into the ceiling!
They'll never see it coming.
Itasca, get ready to charge!
Charge?
Some gravity polarity. Now!
Whoa!
Amazing.
Close in.
How do we get them down? What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
So you're just gonna shoot him?
Yeah, pretty much.
Decided yet.
That's not just up to you.
I'm the ranking officer.
And we're not in your army.
It may not be convenient, but we don't kill enemies who've surrendered.
Keeping prisoners is a luxury we don't have.
It's not a damn luxury.
You're an engineer, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation. Each one of them has an innocent life inside. I'll keep watching.
Right.
As will I. We can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Takan could show up any minute. Crystals. They're all over this place. Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
Choking to death. That's how he wanted it.
This console looks unaffected. Engines are redline, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
That much reactor output would drive us past the theoretical top speed of this ship. So how fast are we actually going?
These crystals are Takan technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of their tech. Tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
It's the energy
Tetrametric.
signature of Takan technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
What kind of radiation?
They're blocking the input.
Tetrametric.
It's not responding at all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
Maybe we should try that other console.
Good idea.
There are two interfaces on top of each other.
This is not a Lydian programming.
It's the Takan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good either. What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
What kind of pulses?
None of this is sending signals out.
Tetrametric.
It's receiving.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
Resolute can't catch up to us. We're in a whole different kind of trouble. Any trouble?
Don't worry about me. Worry about Stretch over there.
Why?
He's looking for any excuse to vaporize the prisoners. But I'll make sure he doesn't. Even if they're the enemy, it's not right.
I'm here if you need a hand.
Just hurry up and figure out this bridge. That's the best way to help.
Everything under control?
Yes, these Takan haven't made a move. Yet.
And what you're doing is working.
There's plenty more I can do. But it doesn't have to be that way. As long as they behave.
What do we have here?
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
I'm not sure. Look here. It's navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
Can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of. Even with the engines pushed as hard as they are, they wouldn't produce this speed.
Whether it's these crystals, or the power from the Cartabula, the Takan have found a way to increase the engine output at top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed. But somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
So what is their end game? They've transformed individuals, they've transformed this ship, in a way. How far will they go?
As far as we let them. The technology certainly doesn't seem to have limits.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power.
Oh no. Game crashed. Let's see if I can get it back online now. Apologies for the minor interruption. Hopefully it doesn't put me too far back. I don't want the empty slot. I want that one. Oh, that sucks. I'm probably going to have to do all that scanning again.
What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
So you're just gonna shoot him?
I haven't decided yet.
That's not just up to you.
I'm the ranking officer.
Don't kill prisoners.
We're not in your army.
It may not be convenient, but we don't kill enemies who've surrendered.
Keeping prisoners is a luxury we don't have.
It's not a damn luxury.
It is slightly annoying that if you leave the game for any reason, whether it be a crash or voluntarily, it takes you right back to the beginning of the chapter. And there's no way to skip any cutscenes that you've already seen, so you have to do the whole thing all over again.
As will I. We can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Takan could show up any minute. Crystals. They're all over this place.
do it all again.
Huh.
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
I'm not sure.
Nothing to scan there.
This console looks unaffected. Engine's a red line, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is
Maximum effort.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
That much reactor output would drive us past the theoretical top speed of the ship. So how fast are we actually going?
We're traveling at ludicrous speed, obviously.
Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
He died the way he lived. Choking on toxic gas.
Look here. It's navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of. Even with the engines pushed as hard as they are, they wouldn't produce this speed.
Whether it's these crystals or the power from the Cartabula, the Takan have found a way to increase the engine output and top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed.
So what is their endgame? They've transformed individuals, they've transformed this ship, in a way. How far will they go?
As far as we let them. Their technology certainly doesn't seem to have limits.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power.
Freaking Cartabulas.
These crystals are Takan technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of their tech. Tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
It's the energy signature of Takan technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
They're blocking the inputs. It's not responding at all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
Maybe we should try that other console.
Good idea.
Thank you.
There are two interfaces on top of each other.
This is not a Lydian programming.
It's the Takan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good either. What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is
Tetrametric pulses?
It's receiving.
Say it ain't so.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
That's everything. We got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Takan talk. And if they don't, we'll dispose of them.
Hey, that's not how we do this.
That is enough from you.
You dead con bastard.
No power. Until he touched it. Weapons must be biocoded.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminta.
You can't control the ship with a disruptor.
But I can use it to control you.
Oh.
Let's talk.
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment. You need to see this. The report on the data breach.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well. Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack, making this so much worse than it already was.
Given the potential consequences, we should notify Starfleet as soon as possible.
I don't disagree, but I'll reach out to Ambassador Spock about it. I don't want to cause a panic, and I doubt he does either.
This guy.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's not mention any of this shield business to Riker just yet. Put him through. Captain Riker, this is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
Sir.
I wish we were all meeting under better
Is that
circumstances.
actually Jonathan Frakes?
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residius 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
Yeah, I totally remember that.
You gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
Well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
Then let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost? To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock.
I understood that reference.
But the truth is, it's a trick question. Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive. Or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you, but don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
From the report, it seems he wields an incredible amount of power.
More than you can imagine. He's able to reach out and grab hold of starships like that, and let them go, just as easily. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he knows that the Takan have returned?
He didn't even know they were gone when we went there. But the moment the Enterprise dropped into orbit around Delphi Ardu 4, he downloaded the entirety of the ship's computer. So I'd expect the same when you get there.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the Borg.
Trust me, this isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know you're up to this.
You're not the only one who's met the Takan anymore.
Yeah.
We face them in combat. We're not just the right ones for the job. We're the only ones.
All right. Asked and answered. There was a special task force that considered the Takan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi Ardu system. I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you.
It's pretty cool that they got Jonathan Frakes to actually do this. Would have been bad if it was some
Anything else?
dodgy sound-alike.
Thank you for your support, Captain Riker.
I wish I could be there myself. But my first officer would probably see to it that I stay on the bridge while they get all the excitement on the away mission. The burdens of command. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Takan stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach.
No, we're not.
Report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious.
It was.
That's why I'm asking.
One thing we know is that they stole Starfleet shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms? That could jeopardize every ship in the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate.
What were you thinking, Captain Dipshit?
This is as real as it gets, Solano. I have to talk to Starfleet Command now, so I think this conversation has come to an end.
You're damn right.
I hope you get Portal 6-3 and find those Takan before this gets out of control. Riker out.
I specifically said I wanted to keep this under wraps. I thought we had an understanding. Now all of Starfleet will hear about this.
Yeah, they will.
This is new information Ambassador Spock doesn't have yet. I figured Captain Riker would be the closest to communicate directly with Starfleet Command.
Now the cat's out of the bag. I have to think about the damage control of it all. You're dismissed.
What a whiner.
It's the automated Federation warning buoy. Transmitting the disable code Captain Riker provided.
That was unpleasant. Commander Ermont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Takan being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team. We don't know if Portal 6-3 will cooperate. If he's not an asset, he's an enemy. So be ready for anything.
As opposed to the captain, who is not an asset, but an asshat.
prove you're worth keeping alive for a little while longer.
I cannot stop this ship any more than you could stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of a lower life form do not sway me. I will not bend to you. I was born 600,000 years ago. But a new age dawns today.
Are you the scion of the flame?
My name is Zan Utlosa. I was born in the final days of the Age of Makto. We are all scions of the flame. Every one of us who have traveled across the bridge of time to be here for the Great Awakening. We have all sworn ourselves to the cause.
They sound like QAnoners.
One of you will break.
You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission. And the Cartabula produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one. But when we wake the Aphelion, we won't need a fleet.
The Aphelion?
Then will you understand the might of the Takan Empire. Reborn in this time. This is just a drop in an ocean of power you cannot even imagine.
And when you wake the Aphelion, what are you going to do with it?
Anything we want.
Come on!
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Bad doors unless you do what they say.
Oh, hello.
It's coming alive.
He can't stop the ship.
Then he will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves.
Deal.
The moment I reduce speed or change our heading, the others will know. First, they'll just resume course from elsewhere. Trivial matter. And then, they will come here. For you, this is a dead end.
I don't know if he's telling the truth, but I don't like it. We need a new plan.
He's just trying to talk his way out of trouble. Why would you tell us all this?
I tell you because I value my own life. When my fellow scions come, and they will come, I expect you'll all act like the savages you are, and a battle will ensue. We've all died once. I don't intend to do so again. I won't touch those controls. If you want to get us killed, do it yourselves.
You fear death. There's a way to stop this ship for good, and he knows how. He just needs more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
We heard him. He'll talk. Trust me.
That's against Starfleet protocol.
You're not on a Starfleet
Ooh,
ship.
it's an ethical dilemma.
Does not apply. We take the action that will
Do we
lead
make
to
with the
our-
thumb screws or let him
Don't
go?
assume your moral
Break his
principle
arm?
takes precedence above all others.
Jesus. No.
I'm not gonna torture them. Not like this. There's gotta be something we can work with here.
What do we got?
What's this?
This display shows the location of the Takan on the ship. This is where the infiltrators are, the central artery of ship systems. Sensors, propulsion, weapons. Doesn't seem to be working here.
This is weird. This area here?
Power generation. The warp cores.
It's deserted.
Interesting.
Engine status. Right. The warp cores are still practically redlined. Going this fast, it would be too dangerous to force a warp collapse by cracking one of the propulsion coils. It could rupture the hull, end up damaging the Cartabula in the process.
That risks tearing a hole in space.
We can't have that.
I'll have no space holes today, thank you.
It still relies on existing systems.
They just amplify the output?
But the Takan have already interfaced with those systems. The controls will be no use. So we'd have to find a way to manually shut down the warp cores.
Might not be a manual shutdown as much as it'll be sabotage.
I mean, Sabotage. That's how Shatner says it. You gotta say it right. Sabotage.
Do you really think you could cripple my ship? Not something I'd normally ask.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, YouTube Shatner Sabotage.
I got this. I'm an engineer. This is my territory.
Then we'll follow your lead.
This plan of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there is a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good. For the Empire.
For the Empire. Wait, I mean, the Federation.
So, Carter, you didn't beam out after all. I thought you'd escaped when we boarded.
It's Miranda.
And Millie's there with you too, right? It's good you two are together. I know you're here, Carter. Your technology is so simple to us. You're not a fighter. I know it. You know it. That's why you're hiding. Somewhere on this ship. But the Takan Empire has so much to offer you. Think of all the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life, and I want to show you what you could be a part of. Not just the wonders you've already seen from us. In our time, we had the power to move stars. Carter, you have a thirst for discovery. And a part of you would remain to experience the things I can show you. But if you try to fight it...
No, it's too weird.
You know what you're doing. Miranda, we can help you.
Body snatching bitch.
Miranda is a part of us now. She's accepted that.
You're lying.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
Every one of us on this crusade has fought wars more brutal and consuming than you could fathom. But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this. Carter, we have a plan for you. And for the others, too. We don't want to have to destroy you.
What's this plan you have? Is it the one where you steal our bodies and erase our minds?
That's a simplistic view of it. Your memories would live on within us. We can continue this conversation in person. I'll see you on the bridge very soon.
Our comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we have to use force to free our fellow Scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it. But I'm trying to help you.
Got it.
Mine's done too.
Time to hit the road.
You've forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Set to stun. You're not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
This guy? He might.
We've managed this far without doing it your way.
We are hardly in control of this situation.
You know what? You can argue on the way. Now let's move it.
I would have posed them in comical positions before I left. Well, that's just me. Alright, folks, that is going to do it for today. That's part 3 of my Star Trek Resurgence playthrough. If you haven't seen the first 2 parts, they're available on Twitch and also on my YouTube channel. Join me again, and I'll play some more and see where the story takes us next time. Until then, stay fresh, cheese bags.